Greetings and salutations. What is up, my party people? In today's video, we're going over 10 reasons why you should start your YouTube channel that are not fame and fortune. The reason why I wanted to make this video is because if you are a creative or an artist, or you just want to build an audience, you want to build a platform, there are no guarantees that what you build is ever going to go mainstream. Of course, we know that consistency is important, but even if you are consistent, even if you do everything that you're supposed to do, there are still no guarantees on YouTube, on any other platform, or in any other area of life, really. So, while many of us come to YouTube and to social media because we feel like, hey, this could be my ticket out of poverty, this could be my ticket out of feeling insecure about my finances, this could be my ticket into the spotlight and just be really good for me and my future and my family, I really believe that if you're going to be successful, you need to have more reasons than just that to do this. Here are 10 reasons to start your YouTube channel where you can start to experience the benefits right away, not after you have achieved a certain follower count or a certain number of watch hours. The first reason why you should make your YouTube channel, even though there's no guarantee that it'll be a success, is because it'll help you create more than you consume. I don't need to tell you that we live in a hyper consumerist culture, and I also don't need to tell you that that's not good for us. My New Year's resolution for 2025 was to create more than I consume, and I'm so glad that I made that my New Year's resolution. It has been so good for me because there's two ways that you can do it, right? One way is through consuming less, and one way is through creating more. Most likely, you would do both. I'm doing both. And the thing is, when you are creating more, you have less time to consume. It's just good for you. Just maybe I'll make a whole video on why I think everybody should aim to create more than they consume. But if that's something that you've been wanting to try, creating a YouTube channel is a great way to do it. Reason number 2, and this is a really big one, to create your YouTube channel, even though there's no guarantee that it'll ever take off, is to heal your people pleasing. Creating an online platform, putting yourself out on the internet to be seen and judged and potentially rejected or criticized is powerful, powerful exposure therapy if you are afraid of rejection and criticism, or seeing yourself on camera, hearing your voice on a recording, or just putting yourself out there. Just a few years ago, I was terrified to see myself on camera. I was terrified of my own inner critic mostly. I had hours upon hours, thousands of hours of footage of me dancing and doing aerial that I never went back to look at after recording them because I was so afraid of my own inner critic. It has been a several year journey to get me to this place where I feel 100% comfortable to be speaking and recording to a camera, posting myself online for God knows how many people to see. Maybe it'll be 20 people, maybe it'll be 20,000 people. Who knows? I don't. But I'm okay either way because I have put in so much effort into practicing this and seeing that it's safe and it's fun and it is worthy of doing, even if I never hit the algorithm or reach my subscriber and financial income goals with this channel. Reason number 3 why you should start your YouTube channel, even though you don't know if it's ever going to take off, is to romanticize and document your life. I think that this is such an underrated tool to use for manifestation. Okay, we're going to go there. We're going to get a little woo woo, all right? Something that was very helpful for me when I was applying to grad school and manifesting, getting into the programs that I applied to, was leaning into this belief that someday I'm going to be really nostalgic for this season of my life. This season where I am preparing my applications, where I am waiting. I'm waiting for the application deadline. I'm waiting to be invited to interviews. I'm waiting to hear back from interviews. I'm waiting for school to start. Someday, I'm going to be nostalgic for this. And that did such an incredible job at helping me detach from the outcome, but also just practice patience, because I think that patience is also a key component of detachment when we're talking about manifestation. Romanticizing and documenting your life, getting on YouTube, talking about things that are going on in your life, again, even if nobody ever watches or only your friends and family watch or only you watch, I think that in 10 years, 20 years, 30, 50, on your deathbed, you're going to be so glad that you got out of your own way and documented what was happening so that you can go back and relive those special moments. Reason number 4 to make your YouTube channel, even though there's no guarantee that it'll ever hit the algorithm and you'll ever gain an audience that will lead to any kind of money, is to meet new people and make new friends. I know that maybe sounds a little bit counterintuitive because I just said that there's no guarantee that anybody will ever find your channel, but most likely somebody will. You can see that I have a very, very small channel, a little over 100 subscribers, and I've already met some amazing people through this channel. Most likely, you'll meet other new YouTubers, other people who are on the same journey as you, and you can support each other and get to know each other and cheer each other on. And that's just a really lovely experience to have. I think that experience is its own reward. Reason number 5 to start your YouTube channel, even if you never reach monetization with it, is to get better at speaking and formulating your thoughts and opinions. This is a huge reason why I am making this YouTube channel. I would love to incorporate public speaking into my long-term career goals, whether that's here on YouTube or live on stages at conferences, whatever. Being here, having a weekly date to practice putting together a talk and delivering it is great practice for me. And if you have similar goals, similar desires, if you want to build this skill, YouTube is a wonderful way to do that, whether or not people end up watching what you make. All right, we're halfway through the video. Before I get to the second half, let me take a minute to just introduce myself really quick. My name is Laura, and here on my channel, I talk all things health, wealth, and happiness here in the attention economy. I am a grad student earning my master's in counseling with a specialization in career counseling because I really want to work with folks who are pursuing careers in the spotlight, like you and me. So if you are trying to do that with your career, if you're watching this because you're thinking about building a YouTube channel, or you already are building a YouTube channel and you just want a little bit of camaraderie and support, I would love to invite you to hit the subscribe button, leave a like, leave a comment, tell me what else you want to see from me. I'm still kind of figuring out exactly what it is I have to say. Getting better at speaking and formulating thoughts and an argument, a structured talk, still something I'm very much learning. Feedback is always super helpful and welcome, so please leave it in the comments and hit the subscribe if I'm your vibe. But anyway, getting back into the video. Reason number 6 to start your YouTube channel, even though there's no guarantees that you'll ever make money from your platform, is because it's something to do. You can. The time's going to pass anyway. Why not use the time that you have to make something and share it? You know? Here's the thing. You will for sure never build an audience if you don't post anything. You guarantee that you will never have an audience, you will never have people looking at your art, you will never profit, make money, make a living from your art if you never post it or share it with people in real life. There's no guarantee that if you share it, that it will take off, that you will make money from it, that you will see any kind of career success from your art if you do post it, but you do guarantee that you won't if you don't. Does that make sense? So, like, why not bet on yourself? And again, it's something to do, right? Life is short, but life is also painfully long. Why not make a little project for yourself, you know? The time is going to pass anyway. Reason number 7 to start your YouTube channel, despite the fact that there are no guarantees of success, is because it will help you build your consistency muscle. I talk about this a lot on my channel, but my philosophy about consistency is that it's absolutely a requirement to reach any kind of goal that you want to reach. And it's like the main requirement. It's kind of the only thing. If you have to be a perfectionist about something, let it be about attendance. not about any individual output that you make, right? Don't be perfectionistic about individual videos. Be perfectionistic about showing up on the schedule that you set for yourself. I'm not perfect. I will say that, okay? Like, also balance your consistency with grace for life to happen. My schedule is to post on Sundays and Wednesdays. I didn't post this past Sunday because I wasn't feeling well. And I'm probably not going to post this upcoming Sunday because we're entering finals season and I have like 10 million deadlines between now and Monday. I shouldn't even be doing this video, honestly. You make allowances for life to happen, but because we're focusing on building that consistency muscle, we get right back on. Besides the like goal reaching aspect of consistency, I think a really overlooked benefit of building your consistency muscle is that it builds self trust. It builds your relationship with yourself because when you say, I'm going to post on YouTube every week, and then you do that, you've made a promise to yourself and then you kept it. That is really, really good for your relationship with yourself. On the other hand, when you say, I'm going to post on YouTube every week, and then you don't, that erodes your relationship with yourself, just like it would erode with anybody else. If somebody else promised you that they were going to hang out with you once a week, every week, and then they don't, your relationship with that person is going to be worse than if they hadn't made that promise to begin with. I do have nuanced and mixed feelings about the machine of the algorithm and how it asks you to be constantly churning out content and posting on a really consistent schedule, and how like the algorithm kind of in some ways focuses more on that than the content itself. But if you're somebody like me who struggles with perfectionism, I think that it can actually be a really good thing to help you get out of your own way. It's a reason to get out of your own way and focus on simply showing up and keeping that promise to yourself instead of hyper focusing on optimizing and perfecting every single output. Reason number 8, I think. Are we on 8? These are bullet points, they're not numbered. Reason number 8, I think, to post on YouTube, even though you have no idea what'll happen with it, is because it's fun. At least I hope it's fun for you if you're thinking about doing it. It should be fun. If it's not fun, consider taking yourself off the hook and not doing it. This is another thing that I talk about a lot on my channel, which is selecting your goal based on the journey that you want to have. So, if you want to go viral on YouTube, if you want to be successful on YouTube, if you want to build a platform and audience on YouTube, that's going to require you to be posting consistently on YouTube. If you hate recording videos, if you hate editing videos, if you hate playing the algorithm game, then perhaps this goal isn't for you. Perhaps you should consider pursuing other creative outlets, other passive income slash low effort income streams besides YouTube. Because another really, I think, overlooked part of consistency is that if you're going to be consistent with something, you have to enjoy it at least a little bit. Reason number 9 to start your YouTube channel, even though you have no idea what the outcome will be, is to build a better relationship with the internet. This is going back to number 1, kind of, a little bit more specific to the internet. But when you are putting stuff out onto the internet that you feel like contributes to a better internet, you are quite literally being the change that you want to see in the world. It also just gives you more control over your experience as a consumer. If you're trying to build an audience, you're probably going to be doing some market research. You're going to be checking out your competition, seeing what other channels are doing, seeing what's successful for other people. And so having that sort of lens to look through will train your algorithm to be different. And if you feel like shit when you come online because your algorithm is feeding you slop, or it's feeding you hyper activating emotional content, stuff that makes you want to rage, stuff that makes you feel hopeless, then you can retrain your algorithm by giving it a project, by giving it a job, by asking it to show you really specific content that you want to see that will help you improve your output, which then improves the content that's out there on the internet because you have put out the content that you want to see, right? It's a virtuous cycle. Finally, Reason number 10 to make your YouTube channel, even if you have no idea if it's ever going to take off or not, is that it's honestly kind of a spiritual practice to share your ideas, put them out into this dimension that is the internet. I highly recommend the book Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert, I think is her name. It really, really changed how I relate to creative ideas. Basically, her theory is that ideas are their own, like, sentient beings, but they need a human for them to be realized into physical form. And so an idea will come around and knock on the minds of whoever the idea thinks will be able to birth it. Which is why, like, you have probably had this experience if you're a creative where you have this idea and you are like tabling it and you're like, I'm gonna get to it, I'm gonna make it, but I just need like blah blah blah. I need more money, I need more time, whatever. And in that waiting period, you come across your exact idea, the exact idea that you had. And you're like, they stole my idea. No, they didn't, because that idea has a mind of its own. That idea went around and knocked on the minds of as many people as it could, of people that it thought could birth it, and it found somebody who was able and willing to birth it before you were. I love the idea of giving autonomy to the creative ideas that come to you, because it just makes it feel so much less like shit when that experience does happen, where you see your exact idea already out there. Somebody else has made it and it's wildly successful, and you feel like you missed the boat. You feel like they stole from you. It just feels so much better. But anyway, the point is, I do think that there is something really kind of spiritually profound about receiving an idea, agreeing to birth it, and then doing it and putting it out there for other people to find. So there you have it. There's my 10 reasons why you should start your YouTube channel, even though you have no idea what'll happen. And you know what? I have one more bonus. Here's reason number 11 why you should start your YouTube channel, even though you have no idea what'll happen. Reason number 11 is because you never know what might happen. It's entirely possible that the algorithm never picks you up, that people find your content and they don't want to stick around, that you never get to see the financial and career success that you're hoping for with your content. But it's also entirely possible that you do. Or it could be a secret third thing. You know, perhaps you don't experience any kind of financial success, but your future spouse finds you through your YouTube channel. Or, I don't know, any number of things that I couldn't possibly imagine. Anything can happen. I think of it as like putting yourself in the stream of success. If we think of success as like a leaf floating down a river, and the only way to experience success is for you to be able to catch that leaf. Well, you're not going to be able to catch that leaf unless you're in the river, right? So I think of putting myself out here on the internet as putting myself in the river. I'm going to go stand in the river, put myself in the way of success so that success can come find me. Maybe it never will, but if I pull myself out of that river, then I guarantee it won't. You never know what'll happen. And the only way to find out is to put yourself in the way of the things that you want to happen. Here we are at the actual end of the video. Thank you so much for joining me. Do you have any other reasons why you are making your YouTube channel, even though success is not guaranteed? If so, please leave them in the comments so we can support one another. That's the video. Hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you next Wednesday for sure. Not sure about Sunday yet. Check back in on Sunday. Maybe I'll be here, maybe I won't, but I'll for sure see you on Wednesday. If you don't want to miss it, again, make sure you subscribe and even hit the notification bell so that you get notified when I post. Please, pretty please. My goal is to reach 300 subscribers by the end of June. So I would love for you to be part of that phase of growth. Okay, I need to get better at these sign offs. Goodbye.